Five things you should know. I'm Trudi Daniels, and snow is huge this week. Of course, it took us by surprise. Winter saved up all year and then dropped 10 inches on us north of M59. So there's a lot of ice and sliding and slipping around. The other huge thing this week was Jack, the casino. Dan Gilbert decided to rename all of his casino properties Jack. Let's see if I can remember. It's Jack, Detroit, Greektown Casino Hotel, or some such thing. That's a mouthful, but we'll just call it Jack because Jack has edge.
Jack says nobody ever told stories about the night they went home early. Jack believes reservations are for dinner. With Jack in town, luck will be pressed, drinks will be sent, and spontaneous decisions will become epic stories.
Oh, back to school to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
Actually, he's not going to go to school anymore. Asher Potts went to school for 4 years at Harrisburg High School in Pennsylvania until this week when the jig was up. They actually caught him. At one point, the teachers thought that Asher Potts was the model student. He was an honor student. He was well liked by fellow students. He went to ROTC, but very much like the 21 Jump Street guys, except not as hot. Asher Potts was an imposter. It turns out he was in the country on an expired visa, and so he conspired to get himself a fake Social Security card, a fake ID, and stayed in the country and in that school for 4 years, going from his freshman through senior years. In fact, the kids in his science club used to joke that he was a Russian spy because of his accent, and it turns out maybe they're right. A CSX 5 Things life hack. Eat in the dark. You'll lose weight. That's what a university in Germany claims. They say when you eat in the dark or blindfolded, it actually fools your body. Your body reacts to food, the sight of it, by salivating, which is gross, slobbering over your food, but that is the first stage of digestion. If you can't see your food, you don't begin the salivation process. You also don't see the plate, and so you eat until you're full, which is how people lost a lot of weight on the blind diet. And by the way, there are a couple of those restaurants that serve food completely in the dark. One of them is in Los Angeles. You can get a table, and it doesn't matter how you look. It's dark and weird and will definitely need to be undone if Darren Wilson and his wife ever decide to sell their house in the UK, because Darren is such a fanboy of Batman that he used some of his art skills to paper mache a spare room complete with stalactites and paper mache rocks into a bat cave with his bat collection inside. $21,000, and it took him 1.5 years to do this. Always somebody who's a bigger fan, though. There are about a dozen other bat cave dwellers, including a ridiculously rich Aussie guy who has replicated the Dark Knight parking garage under his house, complete with about 6 Mercedes S-Class vehicles. He's stabby crabby, and there's nothing to learn from it. It's just a video that people have seen over 1 million times, again and again. And of course, he's the favorite, the darling of the late night comics this week.
That's why you got to keep the rubber bands on their claws. Call him soft shell one more time, I dare you. His only demand is a sit-down interview with Sean Penn, as if eating a crab wasn't already a pain in the ass.
And that's 5 things you should know.